Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. So the story behind this video is every night over a cup of tea I watch the YouTube trends, and I've noticed the top trend on YouTube right now are Snow Angels reaction videos, which I love you guys so much for. So because you guys love your Snow Angels reaction videos, I think there's no better way to spend my evening than by reviewing Snow Angels once again for each and every one of you. Over the last several days I've been uploading Snow Angels reaction videos, and people have found my YouTube channel because of my opinion being expressed about the Snow Angels music video, because I have nothing but good things to say about it. While critics will choose to tear down the credibility of this music video from beginning to end without even giving it much of a chance like they did for the Place to Be music video last summer, I choose to look at it from a point of view that's actually worth looking at, because this music video was beautiful. Whatever way you feel about it, or regardless of how you feel about this music video, it was a beautiful music video, 10s across the board, and it was one of the best pieces of work that Freya Sky had ever had the chance to be a part of. I go back to that moment in the music video where Freya Sky was held in Malachi Burton's arms for a brief moment, and it was almost as if they were telling each other they loved each other so much without even actually physically saying it. Because I really do believe there are so many emphatic ways to tell a person how you feel about them with even saying the words, I love you. And I think we all get to a point in our lifetime where we wish we could see somebody in a reoccurring dream and have the chance to beat them, which was a beautiful way for us to be first introduced to these characters that would carry on the franchise that has meant so much to each and every one of our hearts for a very long time, because a lot can happen in 10 years. But even though a lot can happen in 10 years, which we've seen come and go for Descendants and Zombies, this has been a decade that I will never ever forget because of what Zombies offered to my heart. It made me feel inspired that hope and second chances could exist for everybody. And I'm sure you feel the same way, because you wouldn't be watching this video if you didn't. And I know you're going to hit my like button because you're a fan of Descendants and Zombies, or even a fan of me. And if you're a fan of me and my videos on Descendants and Zombies, I can't ever seem to say thank you enough. Because I think appreciation is lacking in the department for YouTube creators, and an appreciation for Descendants and Zombies has been lacking for far long enough. Because it's about time somebody uploaded videos about Descendants and Zombies that actually made sense, as opposed to pausing your video because you can't make sense of a day walker and a night walker and the concept between the both of them, and you have to Google it during your reaction videos. You guys will never see me having to Google anything. I know sometimes I record funny videos about me wanting to jump inside of a vortex, but I think that the best way of recording a reaction video is with an open heart and an open mind, because nobody ever knows what to expect, or nobody ever knows what you're going to say. Because to let you guys in a little secret, I never know what I'm going to say with every video that I ever upload. I just do everything with an open heart and an open mind, and I have so much fun doing it. Because I not only got the chance to talk about Descendants and Zombies, I got to spend so much time with each and every one of you. This past summer was the greatest summer of my life, because I got to review events like the Worlds Collide Tour, Descendants Vibe Wonderland, and offer you my predictions. You guys got to share your stories with me as to why you felt inspired and why you were a fan of Descendants and Zombies, and that was so cool. And one thing I've noticed by scrolling down through my comments are there are so many fans of Descendants and Zombies, especially the Zombies franchise, than ever given credit for. And you guys are incredibly supportive. The love and support you've shown for the Zombies franchise from the very beginning is truly undeniable. So why is somebody going to upload a video about Snow Angels and tear down the credibility of it from beginning to end without even giving it much of a chance? They're going to do it to get a reaction out of each and every one of you, the viewer, the fan of Descendants and Zombies. And I never ever wanted to do that. If I was going to review the Snow Angels music video like I reviewed Dream Come True from this past summer, actually I just recently reviewed Dream Come True recently for one of my more recent videos in my archives, which you guys can watch. I think that the best way of doing it is by giving people hope for the foreseeable future of zombies, because the future does indeed exist. We may not know what's inside of this vortex, but by the time it's revealed, it's going to blow our minds. Because remember when Milo Manheim said that Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires was going to blow our minds? I think it really did. And he fulfilled this promise because the story was beautiful between all four of them. I think the love stories that we saw made us think of our own lives and how we wish that we could spend our lives with the one person that we truly loved or cared about, or even wish we could tell how we truly feel about them. I think that we resonated with our own lives more than ever before because of what the zombie script offered to us. I remember when the original Zombies movie premiered. It was 4 days after Valentine's Day back in 2018. I had no girlfriend. I was feeling really downhearted, but Zombies really uplifted my spirits because I was always wanting a Disney franchise that I could fall in love with and feel inspired by. And I wanted a niche that I could provide commentary for that would actually make sense, that would hear my voice, see my video, and think I was cool. That's something I've been hoping on, a wish that I made by my heart, and I think that somewhere, somehow, I've fallen into a niche that's forever and always been incredibly supportive of every video that I've ever uploaded. I may never know what I'm going to say in every video that I upload, but I get hundreds of likes, hundreds of views, and I can never seem to say thank you enough. Guys, no matter what happens to me, no matter where I go from here, I will never ever forget the profound impact that Descendants of Zombies had on my heart. Because I love the story between Zed and Addison. That was my favorite story out of anything related to Descendants of Zombies, because of how passionate they felt about each other, regardless of how many sacrifices they had to make. They weren't going to let anything get in the way of the chance they had of spending the rest of their lives together. And they had it all planned out perfectly by Zombies 4: Dawn of the Vampires, which made that final kiss they shared in that final scene on top of that mountain that was incredibly beautiful. There is a hill that is literally 15 minutes away from where I live. It's called Signal Hill, and that hill in Zombies 4: Dawn of the Vampires in New Zealand reminds me of that. I've taken a lot of photos on social media on that hill from my social accounts, but it really reminds me of how beautiful this island is, which is why I wish Descendants of Zombies would shoot their movies here in this province, because it's really beautiful. And I wish they would take themselves up on the opportunity and the chance that will be presented to shoot Descendants of Zombies here, because I would love to be the writer and producer and director of this thing. Because if I were the writer and producer and director of this thing, this story would never be over. Because you guys have deserved 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10 movies when it comes to Descendants of Zombies. Because the reality of life is, it's Descendants of Zombies or die. And I very quickly figured that out. And I had a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies because of that. Because I never wanted to quit on you. Because you guys never quit on me. And I think everybody has a hope or a dream or a wish to be made for Descendants of Zombies. You know, wanting to know when Zombies 5 is coming out. One of the top trends just last night on YouTube is, when is Zombies 5 coming out? And you know, because I noticed that trend, I uploaded a video with the title, When is Zombies 5 coming out? And I broke down the franchise the best I could, or the best way I knew how, and gave you hope for the foreseeable future. And so many people subscribed, and so many people liked the video. I love you guys so much, man. Keep on liking the videos, keep on subscribing, because the more that you subscribe, the more it affects the algorithm. And by affecting the algorithm, people who love Descendants of Zombies can find this channel and have a greater appreciation for everything that goes with being a fan of Descendants of Zombies. People feel very passionate about the music, the Christmas music videos, the events like Halloween Fest, which was a beautiful time of year. Freya Sky dressed up as Tinkerbell, and she was so appreciative to show you her Halloween costume in a TikTok video she uploaded. I saw it. I was very emotionally overcome because of how appreciative she was of this moment. But then come to think of it, I don't think there ever was a moment that Freya Sky was ever a part of that she never felt appreciative of, because she got to share it with each and every one of you. So because she got to share it with each and every one of you, should people like Clarke and and Freya Sky be victim of all this criticism they wake up to and face every day? I most certainly don't think so. So I wanted to be that one guy on YouTube that would upload videos with a positive vibe for Freya and Clarke and because I wanted them to watch these videos. And more than likely, with my luck, they have seen these videos, and they know a guy is really appreciative of Descendants of Zombies. And I know it's really rare to see a guy talking about Descendants of Zombies as often as what I do, and dedicate his life to Descendants of Zombies so much so that he would live in a house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant literally 5 minutes away from this house that could explode at any given moment because of a zombie apocalypse, apparently. But in order for one to record videos about Descendants of Zombies, having said that, you not only have to talk about Descendants of Zombies, you have to live your life out like Descendants of Zombies. And there's no better way to do that than by living near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that would explode at any given moment courtesy of a zombie apocalypse. That would be so fun. I've always wanted to be on shows like The Walking Dead or The Vampire Diaries because I love the script. And Freya Sky's a fan of The Vampire Diaries, so maybe we can make something happen. Maybe Jonathan Clarke can have a reoccurring role in the Zombies franchise by Zombies 5, uncover what's inside of this vortex, jump inside of this thing, and uncover the mystery behind it for each and every one of us. Because I think we've all felt passionate about Descendants of Zombies, haven't we not? We've all thought Descendants of Zombies is cool. You know, I've seen people become the best of friends because of Descendants of Zombies, and it's truly undeniable. Because you feel very passionate about something, I've often wanted to encourage your passion. Long after I moved into this house, and I started recording videos about Descendants of Zombies suffering from a cold and almost dying, I wanted to inspire people through the videos I uploaded. And every single night, yes, I do feel like I'm suffering from a cold. I don't know what's going on with me, and I do apologize for that. But all I've ever wanted to do is encourage people that love can happen for anybody. People can find true love. People can fall in love for forever because forever does exist. And I think that was more apparent than ever before because of the scripts we saw from Zombies, Zombies 2, Zombies 3, and eventually Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. I know there was a bit of a gap in between Zombies 3 and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, and people felt that vampires should have happened ever before aliens. By Zombies 3, they should have substituted aliens for vampires. I get that. But by the time vampires were introduced into this franchise, they did it with such significance and such pride. And there were two different groups, Daywalkers and Nightwalkers. It was a real dog kind of concept. I don't know why so many people were oblivious to the concept, because they just wanted to get reactions out of each and every one of you was the obvious reason. I never wanted to get reactions out of each and every one of you, and I never wanted you to subscribe to this YouTube channel because of me. I wanted you to subscribe to this YouTube channel because you were a fan of Descendants of Zombies and you thought it was cool. Because I know what it's like to think something is cool and to fall in love with something. You know, years ago I was a really big fan of professional wrestling and I thought wrestling was real. And even though that sounds really stupid, I felt very passionate about it, so I collected every wrestling action figure that I ever could, kind of like how you guys collected Descendants dolls. I collected Gargoyles action figures. There were probably only 6 Gargoyles action figures, and they were far from as detailed as your Descendants dolls. But the thing is, if you're really passionate about things like video games and board games and whatever you're passionate about, all I've ever wanted to do is encourage you to follow your dreams, because a passion starts with a dream that is made by your heart. So because a dream is a wish made by your heart, I think you should continue to follow it, because the possibilities are really endless. And I know a lot of YouTube creators don't really encourage you that dreams can happen for everybody, but they really can. And I'm hoping that you will hit that subscribe button because you believe in everything that I'm saying. And you feel very passionate about Descendants of Zombies because you think Descendants of Zombies is cool. Now, 15 years ago, when I was sitting with a headset over my head and I was sitting on some radio show in some booth, I never ever thought that 15 years later down the road, I would be sitting at home in my office recording videos about Descendants of Zombies. But I'm doing it tonight hoping that I'm going to reach a global audience, never knowing how many views each video is going to get, how it's going to be received or responded to. But one thing that I've noticed about your comments and how many times you hit the like button is that you guys are incredibly supportive of this YouTube channel. For whatever reason that you have for being supportive of this YouTube channel, perhaps you recognize my passion and how dedicated I feel and am to Descendants of Zombies. Because I really do believe that every single time that you sit in front of your microphone and you record a video about Descendants of Zombies, you've got to show up with a passion. And you really got to make people believe in what you're saying. Because I want you to believe, if there's one thing that I want you to believe from this video, is that Zombies 5 will happen. Because think about it, $1.5 billion later, a successful Christmas music video with over 60,000 likes. 60,000 likes, in case you didn't hear me the first time. That is a surefire indication that Zombies 5 is going to happen, and Freya Sky has been contracted long-term for Disney, because for those of you who don't know, she's under an extensive contract for Disney. At least up to 5 years, she's exclusive to Disney, which means Disney controls everything she does. So because Disney controls everything she does, they are orchestrating a foreseeable future for Freya Sky, and it's a future that we are all going to be a part of. Now, I wish I was an executive in board meetings at Disney, because I would present every one of your ideas to a board of probably over 100 people that probably wouldn't care about any ideas that we had. But I think that the fans have some of the most innovative ideas and are far more creative than ever given credit for. And I've said this time and time again, because if there was one person that would fight for each and every single one of you and take bullets up against every single critic that there ever was for Descendants of Zombies, because if you haven't realized it, many people have not wanted to give Zombies a chance. Boo to them, thumbs down. I really have always wanted to support each and every one of you. I am here because of each and every one of you. And I come out fighting for Descendants of Zombies because I know how you feel about it. And I know what it's like to feel very passionate about something and to be a fan of something. I saw every single video of every fan that attended that Worlds Collide tour, how you recorded videos of your outfits that you were wearing at the Worlds Collide tour. Some of you had some of the most beautiful outfits ever. And you've deserved far more credit for being a fan of Descendants of Zombies than you've ever been given. Far more respect, mad respect to each and every single one of you. You recorded videos of yourself with your friends in the car on your way to the Worlds Collide tour, whatever venue you attended, and you had the time of your life. Some of you took your phone in there, you shot concert video footage. It was amazing. And you guys showed so much love and support. When it came to the critics that were there in every crowd, there was always a critic for every crowd at the Worlds Collide tour They would go home, sit in front of their microphone, turn on their camera, and record videos about how they felt about the ticket prices or the quality of the merchandise. Boo-hoo to them. Who really cares what a critic has to say about a ticket price starting at $200? The reason why the ticket price is $200 is because the popularity of Descendants of Zombies is transcending. So because something of the popularity is transcending, obviously the ticket prices are going to start at $200. And then they started criticizing the merchandise. If you're passionate about Descendants of Zombies and you have a Descendants of Zombies poster in your room, believe me, I've seen it, I know. Keep on being passionate about Descendants of Zombies and let these critics know how you feel about it, because you outshine every critic every single time. I know this music video, Snow Angels, has had its critics and its criticism, and has seen so much criticism within 24 hours of its premiere. But in having said that, over 60,000 likes beg to differ. And it happened because of each and every one of you. It didn't happen because I was uploading reaction videos for Descendants of Zombies. This happened because of each and every one of you, because you guys have been forever magical. And you've been forever supportive of Descendants of Zombies. If there ever was something magical, it's fans of Descendants of Zombies, because you believe in it so much. And I think it's so cool how you appreciate Descendants of Zombies and how you love people like Freya Sky and Kylie Contrell, and how you've never ever quit on them. You know, every single time Kylie Contrell cries herself to sleep because she misses her friends, what she's got to realize is her greatest friends are each and every one of you, her fans. And I think she gets it. I really do, because she's always connecting with each and every one of you every chance she gets. Every single time the opportunity presents itself to her, she's always recording a video for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, what have you. And she's really become the queen of social media, which is something I wanted to have happen for Kylie Contrell. And Freya Sky is coming right behind her, recording tutorials of guitar things and everything that Freya Sky's got going on, costumes she's going to premiere at the Halloween Fest. It's really fun being a part of this. And if you ask me, I'd do this all over again in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think twice about it, because spending the time that I got to spend with each and every one of you has been the greatest honor of my life. And you guys probably think I'm the sweetest guy to ever upload a video about Descendants of Zombies. I get that. But it's because I put my heart into it, and I think about you. I think about what you want to get the most out of watching these videos for, and I put so much heart and dedication into these videos because of that. Because if I was recording a video about something that I wanted to talk about, it would be a video game that nobody would ever care about. So because I realized it wasn't really attracting a specific niche, I jumped on the horse for Descendants of Zombies, and I never left since. I've jumped on the charity wagon because each and every one of you have been so supportive. You've had me on this journey for forever, and I discovered a passion that I never thought existed. And I never even realized the fan support for Descendants of Zombies until I started uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies by the hundreds. And since the very first video that was ever uploaded here on this YouTube channel, you guys remember that promise I made to you that I was going to dedicate the rest of my life to uploading videos about Descendants of Zombies, even if it meant that I would have to do that for the rest of my life. I do it because I think you guys have deserved better. And I put my heart into every video, and I never record anything that's pre-written or predetermined, because I think that everything is predetermined for an outcome, storylines, video games, what have you. So I think that because everything is predetermined, I think that it's best to do everything with an open heart and an open mind. It tends across the board when you talk about the Snow Angels music video, the colors, the lights, the melody, and how they put lyrics to a melody so beautifully. Freya Sky's voice on that song is so beautiful. Every song that Freya Sky sings, she's got this new song coming out called Silent Treatment, and I'm really excited about it. That's happening on December 2nd, and I'm throwing a release party on this YouTube channel for everybody who wants to attend, because I have a lot to say where that music video goes, and I'll have a lot to say about it in the coming weeks, because I was a DJ, and I have a greater appreciation for music and the dedication that people like Freya Sky have shown. I mean, any time that you can put your heart into a music video like Snow Angels, it really says a lot about how far Freya Sky has come in such a short amount of time. I mean, people always talk about Taylor Swift and Sabrina Carpenter. I've seen and I've heard it all when it comes to Taylor and Sabrina, but I think that never enough conversations happen about Freya Sky. I think never enough conversations happen about Kylie Contrell, and never enough appreciation and dedication is shown to everything they have offered us. Because I think tens of millions of people have obviously felt inspired because of Snow Angels. So because tens of millions of people have obviously felt inspired about Snow Angels, let's talk about Snow Angels for the people who love it so much and that were so excited to watch it, because I was receiving comments for videos that people were being redirected to this YouTube channel because of, saying they couldn't find the Snow Angels music video because of Disney Channel music restrictions. I get it. But you guys have obviously seen something special because of this YouTube channel, which is why every video that I've ever uploaded I've done with such passion and such dedication, because I believe in these music videos just as much as each and every one of you, and I'm excited for that foreseeable future. What the future has in store for all of us, I really don't know, but that's what makes life so precious, is because we never know how much time we have, but thankfully I get to spend that time that I do have with each and every one of you. I just hope that long after I'm gone and my legacy is left behind, that I'm never forgotten for the contributions that I gave and I made to Descendants of Zombies after having done so much behind the scenes for these two franchises and believing in it so much. Because I have always believed that I meant to go down in history for being some of the greatest of all time, but never because I believed that I was going to go down in history by myself. It was because of each and every one of you. You're the reason why I will go down in history for being one of the greatest of all time if I do. And I would just love for each and every one of you to be a part of it into that foreseeable future as your voice of Descendants of Zombies on the unofficial Descendants of Zombies podcast, guys. Seriously, from my heart to yours, thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this video to my YouTube channel. I never know how many views or how much of a reaction I'm going to receive for every video that I upload. Hopefully I'll get 50,000 likes, 50,000 subscribers. That's only a dream of mine, but I would love to have 50,000 likes, 50,000 subscribers because of this video. You guys have your latest Descendants of Zombies Snow Angels reaction video. I hope you guys love it so much because I do love recording and producing these videos for each and every one of you. Your opinion is what matters when it comes to Descendants of Zombies, because you had best believe there is going to be Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland in July 2026, and there will be a Zombies 5 with a release date pending and yet to be confirmed. But, keep on hoping for that foreseeable future, because Zombies 5 is in store in that future, and I'm just excited to be a part of it just like each and every one of you. Guys, seriously, from my heart to yours, thank you so much for having watched this video. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. I love you so much, man. Keep on rocking out the Descendants of Zombies music, because that's the only way to be in this lifetime and forever remain.